A wild wolf is wired to run from you. Your scent alone triggers a survival panic perfected over 10,000 years. So picture the contradiction. Out in the freezing taiga, a predator approaches a human camp, head low, dragging a shattered leg. It does not attack, it waits, not because it is tame, not because it is starving, because it is calculating a terrifying gamble. You are its worst nightmare. You are the apex killer that wiped out its ancestors, yet it hands its life over to you, aware that the very hands it seeks for salvation are the ones most likely to end it. Welcome back to Ancient Sketch. Today we tear apart the most baffling paradox in the natural world. Why do wild creatures cross the ultimate line of self-preservation and beg us for help? The answer is not just one thing. It is a layered psychological phenomenon defying nature. It involves advanced risk assessment, cross-species observation, and a dark truth about how the animal kingdom truly views us. You will never look at a wild encounter the same way again, because what looks like a beautiful moment is actually a desperate calculation for survival. Let us start with the absolute rule of the wild. Survival means avoiding humans. We are loud, we are destructive, we smell like synthetic chemicals. To a wild animal, a human is a walking biohazard. So what forces an animal to break this biological rule? Pain. Searing, unmanageable pain. When entangled in thick fishing wire or choking on plastic, their instinctual fear of predators is overridden by the immediate threat of suffocation. But why choose us? Why not seek out their own kind for rescue? In 2021, biologists at the University of Hawaii published a study observing wild dolphins. They documented that when a dolphin is tangled in heavy fishing line, the pod actively avoids it. In the brutal ocean, weakness attracts sharks. Helping a crippled friend is a death sentence. The pod must abandon the injured. So the injured animal makes a radical choice. It swims toward a human dive boat. It knows we have hands. It watched us manipulate objects. It recognizes that the apes on the metal boats possess tools. This requires a level of intelligence that blows scientists away. The animal is performing cross-species problem-solving. It calculates that the extreme, terrifying risk of being killed by you is slightly lower than the absolute certainty of slowly dying from the plastic tangle. You are the last resort in a dying moment. You are the final, desperate chess move against the forces of nature. But this is where the story takes a dark and unexpected twist, because they do not just approach blindly. They constantly test you. If you watch raw footage of a wild manta ray with rusted fishing hooks in its eye approaching a diver, it does not just rush in fast, it circles slowly, it hovers just out of reach. It deeply analyzes the diver's body language. Are you reaching out aggressively? Are you moving too fast? If you fail the behavioral test, it vanishes instantly into the dark blue water. If you pass, it parks itself directly in front of you and presents the bleeding injury. It is actively, intentionally communicating with an alien species. This brings us to a genuinely terrifying question. How do they know the difference between a violent hunter and a gentle helper? Some leading researchers believe intelligent animals pass down complex generational knowledge regarding highly specific human behavior. Crows perfectly remember the distinct faces of people who have previously wronged them. Elephants strategically steer entirely clear of specific tribal lands heavily known for violent poaching. But what actually happens when this desperate gamble goes horribly wrong? Because the chilling exception to this beautiful phenomenon is brutal and heartbreaking. Sometimes, an animal in agonizing pain approaches a strange human, only to realize far too late that they chose the wrong person. A frantic deer trapped tightly in a barbed wire fence might freeze when a kind farmer approaches, submitting to necessary help. But if a ruthless poacher secretly finds it first, that fragile vulnerability is violently exploited. This destroys the comforting certainty we always want to blindly believe in. Animals do not think we are inherently good creatures. They simply think we are highly capable. There is a massive, fundamental difference there. They are essentially using us as a convenient utility, fully aware of our incredibly violent potential, and this chilling realization leads us directly to the ultimate reveal, the profound truth much larger than the animals themselves. We love to think of these rare moments as pure interspecies friendship, a magical spiritual connection between man and untamed beast, but it is actually a dark testament to our absolute, terrifying dominance over the entire planet. We are so powerful, so unchallenged at the very top of the global food chain, that even our natural prey instinctively recognizes us as gods. They realize we are the only living beings physically capable of undoing the massive damage of this modern world. They come to us because we broke the natural world, and they know we are the only ones with the hands to fix it. You are the monster they fear most, and the only savior they have left.